Dude, I cannot wait for this car to fire up. This is gonna be me. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video. For everybody, I guess we have a couple new followers. Yes, a couple sounds lame, but we're building a twin turbo FRS with a level 5 4L60E from RPM Transmissions. And I say it was a twin turbo FRS?
Yeah.
It didn't know. It's probably gonna be in the title too. So for today's video, we actually have to handle the shifter assembly. So we got shifter cable and everything figured out, and that was kind of like a good stopping point just because we had been dead and kind of forgot where we left off at. So sorry if it was a choppy video, but this one hopefully should be a lot easier. All right, let's get this thing going. First roadblock, that's not gonna work. So we actually trimmed a little piece off that shifter right there that looks like crap, just to see if it would shift down further than the drive position, and it doesn't. So that means we're probably gonna have to gut it and see if we can move any sort of stop inside of the shifter, and hopefully that'll let us go down to the second and first. That'd be really cool though if we get that to work. Yeah. Later on, once we get the car running, I'd love to get those paddles to work too. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know how we would do that though.
Yeah, I know that they sell like a paddle kit, but it's super expensive, and I don't even know if they offer it anymore. This was something that they were doing like back in early 2000s, I think. But it comes with like their own paddles. I just don't even know how we would connect that to that. Oh yeah, that's what we got. Got a little update here. So this will actually work. We ended up cutting a little bit more out. On the underside, we just have to remove this plate. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off, and that should allow us to shift into drive. So for cruising purposes, we're gonna run it in overdrive, which is technically now the drive position on this. And then we're gonna have another spot below it, which will be our drive. That'll be for drag racing and fun stuff. So that is technically third gear. Yeah. Yep, third gear. So something like butter, dude. The only problem is butter's like lava if it hits my face. Just like that. Look at this. So starting from the top, park, and reverse, neutral, overdrive, and this is our drive. It's kind of tricky with this extra spot right now, but Justin will actually be working on modeling a new plate for the gear positions, and this was the old one. As you guys can see, that's not gonna work. Our new one is actually gonna block this one off, and we're gonna have another selector right down in this area. So I think we're all set. This actually looks, it feels really good. It doesn't look really good. It still looks pretty ugly, but we're working on that. So original shift positions work great. So this is just the lock. It's just, I'm guessing like the brake, it'll engage this. So you got park, reverse, neutral, then this is overdrive. So that's our cruising position, fourth gear. And then, so this is technically our race gear, which would be in third gear. And Justin made a good point. At first, I didn't really like how it, I guess how it functions, but you know, we're not gonna be using this all the time. So right here, if we get it just right, it'll engage third gear on the transmission. So once we have this plate, we won't run the risk of like, so for example, I go this way and now this thing doesn't work. So this is gonna be blocked off, if you guys remember. So again, that's third. See, I don't like the slop though, dude. This is what I was talking about, guys. I think, you know what? I don't think it was like that. Maybe once everything's tightened down there, it'll fix it. So I think we can tighten some of the slop up. So again, that's overdrive, third, come back up, drive, neutral, and then reverse, park. What do you think? Good?
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah?
I think once you get that plate on there, it'll tighten everything up a little bit too.
Dude, that part came out really good. Check this out. Oh yeah. Look at that. Did you notice that that I did crack it right here though? Yeah. I pressed in, so there was like these, what are these called? Like little guides, like posts. So I just like jammed this piece of ABS plastic in here. This is our new shifter plate, by the way. So now we'll have all the shifter positions that we need, except for, I think like second and first, but yeah. We're probably not gonna use those. So we do have reverse, neutral, overdrive, and drive. So now this is our safety switch. So right now it's in park. And right now I think that link might unhook itself just because it's finger tight, but we'll go through the motion. So got reverse, and then neutral. I like how it bounces back too.
Same, I love it.
And then we got overdrive.
But I kind of like that it doesn't bounce to the next one here.
Right, yep. And then we go over a little bit, and then we got drive. Nice, dude.
Which is sick.
Yeah, that's awesome. Overdrive, neutral, reverse, park. Dude, with this boot and everything, it's gonna look stock as hell. Yeah, no, I know, that's awesome. Yeah, dude. I love the clicking too. It's like it's so fucking solid. Like from here. You hear that? It's crazy. It's awesome. But, so now that that's done, we can go ahead and drill our side mounts. So we haven't added the mounts or the supports for the transmission. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. For us to do that, we are gonna have to take the transmission out or lower it. But we decided that we are gonna take it out because we still have to run our coolant lines. And since the clearance is just ridiculously tight in there, we can't get those coolant lines. So gonna have to take it out, unfortunately, but it's not a big deal. Like, I don't think so. Take it out in like 30 minutes and stuff, and we'll be good to go. So we'll go ahead and do that, and yeah. So after that, I don't think it has to come out anymore. Oh. Right? That's awesome. She's in for good. Yep. One thing that I didn't really film, this was just pretty straightforward. We got our coil packs in, and our spark plugs. So I saw this guy, he kind of gave me the idea for this solution. So if this bracket was back in its original position right here, our coil packs were gonna hit our headers, and then same thing with the wires themselves. So this keeps the wires a little tight and away from the headers, got plenty of clearance, and then these still have like wiggle room and stuff, so there's not like a lot of tension on these. So that's gonna work out great. Overall, they look pretty symmetrical, and I think now all we have to do is maybe we should paint these, and then I do have to clean these up. I don't know if you noticed, but see that I cleaned these up too. Yeah, they look nice. Yeah, I managed to take them apart. So, awesome. Yep, so painted those. And then, one thing that we will have to do, I guess, we don't really have to take the engine out for that, is these valve covers. So we have to add breather valves to them. Let's start taking this stuff off. We have plenty of room over here now, so we can get like one of those mats and start laying the parts and stuff, and then we'll get going. There's been a variety of things going on. We have a mess in the garage, and yeah, so this thing is actually ready to go back in. It took a couple days to get to the stage, but let's go into the car so you guys can check that out. You guys are gonna see something that we haven't seen in like 4 months, 5 months, right? We got an interior again. So we started assembling this yesterday, and now that we got that shifter plate completed, so we don't have our shifter connected right now, and we also have our the safety switch. I think, can you press on the brake, Justin? Would it do anything if you do that? I tried. Oh, really? So it probably has to have power then. Yeah. But so once the safety switch is out of the way, then we should be able to shift through this. We got our carpet, our side mounts in as well. That was just a bunch of tedious work drilling. And our engine mounts and transmission mounts are in for good down there. So everything's all set. The last couple things that we have to do is, so fuel pump, we have to make sure that works before putting the seat and then that lid back on. And then we also have to get the front seat or passenger side and the ECU in. So we're not gonna mess with that now, I think, until everything out here is done, right?
Yep.
So, a couple things we gotta paint, but it's freezing, so I'm probably gonna have to do them in my basement. I'm gonna set up like a little painting area to make sure that we don't get like overspray over a bunch of stuff. So then, with this mammoth right here, we have our overflow nipple vacuum line connected. So this is just so, I guess, any overflow or pressure will come out of here. Once this is in the car, we'll probably trim it and fasten it somewhere where it'll be away from the exhaust, make sure we don't catch on fire. And then on this side, we have our transmission cooler hoses ready to go with our 90-degree fittings. So those are all connected. And last thing we need is our dipstick, which is right here. And we're probably gonna have to bend the hell out of this because I don't know how we're gonna get this to clear. So hopefully we'll be able to get this on while this is in the car. And yeah, so same thing with these hoses. We're not gonna trim them until we know exactly where our cooler is gonna sit. And we got plenty of length there. So if we wanna put it on the right side, left side, the middle, I don't know. I think that is it, Justin. So fingers crossed, this should be the last time we have to take this thing out. Guys, check this thing out. The engine is in, it's solid. We even put some thread locker on these engine mounts because it's not coming back out. So yeah, it took us 2 nights because we got our transmission cooler lines in there and the 90-degree fitting would not clear when it was at a horizontal level. So we actually had to point it down. It's a little bit tighter in there than I would have wanted, but so far there's no contact. So everything, like I said, is solid as hell. It's not moving. That actually moves the entire car. And here's our lines for our cooler. So we can either place it here, here, over here. There's plenty of slack there. So here's the bottom side of the car, guys. Overall, it's pretty level with the rest of the body. The undercarriage on the car is almost the same, if not level with the transmission oil pan. So that way, if we smoke anything, at least it'll hit the body, hopefully, or at least just like lightly nick the oil pan, which we don't want to do regardless.
If it hits anything first, it's gonna hit the
side skirts.
Yeah,
yeah,
side skirts 100% first.
Yeah, so yeah. So overall, pretty happy with the fitment. Thank God that it is done, dude.
Yeah.
I think now it's just get everything back together, start tightening things up, and then we'll have to figure out the exhaust, which will probably be a huge pain in the ass. Yeah. But we'll tackle that when we get there. So sorry for the delay, guys. It was about 2 weeks, but it was just very challenging to get to the stage. So working on an interior under the car, it's hard to film all that stuff. But hope you guys are liking the content. We'll catch you guys next week, 2 weeks. I'm not really sure. Gonna shoot for next week. So please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you guys later.